because I believe at 11:55, JFK Jr. will be our new vice president, and President Trump will be our president. And he handed it over to President John F. Kennedy. He did not die that day.
He didn't?
And on my Q-mobile, if you go out there, you'll see a picture of President Trump and President John F. Kennedy, September 11, 2020, at the Pennsylvania Fields. And there's a picture on that Q-mobile of them.
JFK would have been like 103.
Great, he's 103.
It is almost 12:29. Any minute now, the big reveal. Crowd is big, ready to go.
In case you guys don't remember that glorious day back last November when QAnon showed up in Dallas waiting for JFK to return to the spot where he was assassinated, shot, because that'd be a great place to show back up, especially at 103 years old. So there they are talking about how awesome it is. And let's actually look at this tweet about how that day turned out, because again, we're gonna get to the fact that he's 103 years old. So at least 100 QAnon supporters convinced JFK is coming back are still in Dallas, is what this tweet said. Today they stood on a bridge over Dealey Plaza for the anniversary of the assassination, and JFK never showed. Of course, again, 103 years old. This is actually the reason behind this, because what happens is that these folks live forever because they go and jump in med beds. Let's jump down to graphic number 2, you guys. This is a QAnon belief that you should all know about. An increasingly popular conspiracy theory falsely centers around the existence of med beds, which is a fabled medical instrument that does everything from reversing aging to regrowing missing limbs. The theory has grown in popularity among followers of the far-right movements like QAnon, some of whom claim to be urgently awaiting a med bed to treat severe health conditions. So who sells these beds that QAnon loves so much? So Tesla Biohealing is one of the multiple companies selling what they describe as these med beds, sometimes for tens of thousands of dollars. The company credits its technology to a doctor who has previously been accused by the Federal Trade Commission of misleading advertisements for asthma treatments, and whose previous company board issued a resolution accusing him of sabotage, forgery, and sending company money to an online girlfriend. One of those prophecies promises a near future in which big pharmaceutical companies are obsolete. Then, of course, there's the more obvious appeal of having a magical machine, versions of which can diagnose you instantly or heal you instantly. Some can grow back missing body parts instantly. So obviously, there's a lot of hope that serves a very appealing narrative for those who believe this. And also, they believe that John F. Kennedy's still alive, and they attribute this to the curative powers of this med bed, David.
The med beds, as I had said to you guys, is being guarded by the military and the divine beings. And they will be released when it is safe for everyone to have access to it. Because if we released it prematurely, although we would like as many people to get healed now, if it is released prematurely and the wrong side gets a hold of it again, like they did many, many decades ago, then we will be back to square one. And you will have pharmaceutical industries thriving instead of we the people being healthy.
It sounds like you were just turned away from the event. Can you tell us about that?
We went in and they told me that my shirt was not candidate endorsed.
How do you feel about that? That a political rally would tell you what kind of shirt you can and can't wear?
I have a problem with it. And to me, it's giving into the cancel culture, and I refuse to give into the cancel culture. And as an archbishop, I have been on the front lines to fight against this cancel culture.
Does that change your feelings on Donald Trump at all?
It does. I have been a Trumper from day one. I mean, I have been supportive, but after today, it shocked the life out of me that they're part of the cancel culture.
Apparently now, Donald Trump is part of the cancel culture. I wonder if this guy's not gonna vote for him anymore because he'll say it on camera, I'm so tired of this. So this is a Trump supporter, as he said, a Trumper from the beginning, showed up at his rally over the weekend, and his shirt says Neil J. Peterson for governor. That's in Ohio. Neil J. Peterson is not much of a player in this, but the Trump campaign does wanna make sure that no one else wears any kind of insignia that does not say Donald Trump on it or anything else that will help Donald Trump. So I'm gonna guess makes some sense, but now they've been canceling. Let's look at some of the details. This is from the Trump's 2020 election rules and processes for their rallies. So the suggested attire is casual. That's according to an email from the Trump campaign to people who register online for tickets to an event. Official Trump campaign merchandise is permitted. Please do not wear any other campaign merchandise. Local, state, or federal campaigns they include there. The guidelines were unusual, according to Democratic and Republican strategists who have worked on other national campaigns. Campaign strategists said that it was strange to prohibit signs or t-shirts supporting down ballot candidates that the leader of the party is supposed to help elevate. And doubly odd to put the directive in writing is what they also said. Tim Murtaugh, who's the Trump campaign communications director at the time, said that only approved Trump branded signage or apparel was permitted at campaign events. It's the president's campaign, he said, by way of explanation. And other campaign aides said the dress code was designed to give the crowd a consistent look and branding across the board. The president enjoys enthusiastic support at his events of the kind Joe Biden can only dream of, is what Murtaugh said.